Many believe wealth and status define a man, but what if they don't? Consider the wise, aged men who act like boys. Experience doesn't always equal maturity. The real measure lies in how he controls the storm within. Yet, mastering emotions is a journey only few complete. The strongest man is not he who fights for himself, but he who conquers his heart. Let me tell you a story that just happened to me just yesterday. My mom, she needed someone to talk to. So I went there and I sat down with her and I was listening to what she was saying. And she was complaining that she woke up, she was tired, she was miserable, depressed, lazy, she was unproductive, and she didn't actually complete any of the tasks that she was supposed to do, and she did not go to work that day. So she asked me the question. She was like, how do you do it? You wake up every day, you do what you're supposed to do. I've never seen you take a day off. How do you do it? What's your secret is what she asked. I told her, you want to know the secret? She said, yes. I told her, there is no secret. She said, what do you mean? I said, whenever I don't feel like doing anything, for example, going to the gym, I still go to the gym. Whenever I'm depressed, I still go to the gym. Whenever I'm happy, I still go to the gym or do what I'm supposed to do or do the work that I'm supposed to do. My emotions do not correlate or dictate what I do, because if they would, then they would control me instead of me controlling my emotions. Which brings me to the point of what a man is. A man is someone who controls his emotions instead of his emotions controlling him. Let's take ego for example. They say jail is full of egos, which is absolutely true. Most people that end up in jail because of their ego, it's just because their ego was too loud and they could have avoided the whole situation to begin with. Another enemy of yours would be anger. If you can't control your anger, whenever a man pisses you off, the first instinct is going to be to punch him in the face or to slap him in the face. Lust is another one that most men fall into. If you can't control your lust, even if you're in a fulfilled relationship or fulfilled marriage, you're still going to cheat on your wife and she's not going to satisfy you or fulfill you because you can't control your lust and your lust controls you. And I'm not just talking about the bad emotions. I'm also talking about the good ones. If you're happy, you have to control your happiness, because when you're happy, you're most likely going to act childish and do something that's childish that you're not supposed to be doing. So emotions as a whole need to be controlled. Every single metric of your emotions has to be controlled. People think that age is what makes a man, but there's a 50-year-old today who can't control his emotions. Some people say that wisdom is what makes you a man, but some people are wise but can't even control their emotions. Some people say that experience is what makes you a man, but even with experience, you can still be emotionally immature and can't control your emotions. So none of those make you a man. And here's why you have to be in control of your emotions. Because when you make a decision via your emotions, it's usually the worst decision that you're going to make in your entire life. Even if it's a happy decision, even if it's for love. If you're blindly in love, you're going to ignore the red flags and you're going to be desperate and you're going to do too much, which will make the girl leave at the end of the day. So in whichever situation that you're in, the best decision to make is to take a step back from your emotions, put them aside, and take the rational, logic choice that is on the table. You pick the best card that's on the table. And usually the best card that's on the table is not an emotional choice. It's a rational choice. It's a logical choice. When you move on in life, you can look back and say, I picked the choice that was the rational, that was the most logical, not the emotional one. You won't have any regrets if you choose the card that is logical. Therefore, when you see a man that's in control of his emotions and his emotions don't control him, he most likely controls his life. He most likely takes care of the people around him. He most likely takes care of himself, which means he can take care of a woman as well, and he can take care of the loved ones, and he has his life in control. And that's exactly what makes a man a man.